samritartam
Ajnana Adhyadbhuta Yoga Nishtam
Akyanam Adhyadbhuta Yoga Nishtam
Akya Anantha Charito Pavanam
Akhyayananta Charito Papanam.
It's 1:18:17. Pariksitam Bhagavat Haviramam
Parikshitam Bhagavatam Viramam
Tana Param
Param Punyamasam
Akyana Adbhut Yoga Nishtam
Akyanam Adhyadbhuta Yoga Nishtam
Akyananta Charitopapanam
Akyananta Charitopapanam
Pariksitam Bhagavat Haviramam
Parikshitam Bhagavatam Viramam
Tana Param Punyam Asangatartam
Tanna Param Punyamasam
Akyanam Adbhut Akyanam Adhyatmabhuta Yoga Nishtam
Akyanam Adhyadbhuta Yoga Nishtam
Akyananta Charitopanam
Akyananta Charitopapanam
Pariksitam Bhagavat Haviramam
Parikshitam Bhagavatam Viramam Tanna Param Punyamasam
Tanna Param Punyamasam
Akyanam Adhyadbhuta Yoga Nishtam
Akyanam Adhyadbhuta Yoga Nishtam
Akyananta Charitopapanam
Akyananta Charitopapanam
Parikshitam Bhagavatam Viramam
Parikshitam Bhagavatam Viramam
Therefore
Therefore
Na unto us
Param
Supreme
Punyam
Purified Asambitam Artham
Samritam
as it is Akyanam narration Ati very Adbhuta wonderful Yoganishtam compact in Bhakti Yoga Akyahi describes Ananta the unlimited Archita activities Acharita because that would sound like an Archita's name. Upapanam full of Pariksitam spoken to Maharaj Pariksit Bhagavata of the pure devotees Abhiramam particularly very dear. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thus please narrate to us the narrations of the unlimited, for they are purifying and supreme. They were spoken to Maharaj Pariksit, and they are very dear to the pure devotees, being full of Bhakti Yoga. Purport. What was spoken to Maharaj Pariksit and what is very dear to the pure devotees is Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam is mainly full of the narrations of the activities of the Supreme Unlimited, and therefore it is the science of Bhakti Yoga, or the devotional service of the Lord. That it is para, or supreme, because although it is enriched with all knowledge and religion, it is specifically enriched with devotional service to the Lord. Om Jnana Tamadam Dashya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshu Litam Jnana Tasmai Shri Guru Yat Kripa Talaham Bande Shri Gurum Dinadaranam Vanchikapati Videsha Sindhu Devacha Paditanam Bhavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Here they're asking Suta Goswami to narrate the pastimes of the unlimited. There's limited and unlimited. And we're in the category of limited, very limited. Krishna is unlimited. And therefore one can hear about Krishna again and again and again and again. And not get tired of it. So much to hear about Krishna. Maya Shakta Manapartha Yogam Yunjam Manasya Sansyam Samagram touched. This is the verse that Prabhupada spoke on more than any other verse. Just here, how by practicing yoga in full consciousness of me, you'll know me in full, free from doubt. So hearing is so important. From hearing comes understanding. And therefore, Prabhupada emphasized so much. When he was in Mexico, he said they should have 5 hours of classes every day. He said, just like in the universities, you'll have a class, and then there'll be 10 minutes recess, then you go to another class. I don't know if they ever did that, but Prabhupada was very much into writing these books and devotees reading. He said one time that I have written these books for the devotees. And sometimes the devotees, they would distribute, but they wouldn't read. Prabhupada was very upset. So we have to regularly hear, just hear how by practicing yoga in consciousness of me. So this is the bhakti yoga process. And I was just reading, Prabhupada said, bhakti yoga means that we don't do what we would normally do to please Krishna. Like there's so many things. It's like the Niranjana Swami. He used to play guitar. But when he became a devotee, he said, I'll never pick up a guitar again. And he never did. Because, of course, you could play it for Krishna, but Prabhupada didn't like it. He liked it, kartals were done better. And I used to, before I joined, I used to play pool, billiards, and I was pretty good. And I like to play. We have a billiard table here. I could play for free. Usually it costs money. But I never went up because I know Krishna wouldn't be pleased. Waste of time. There's so many. I was talking to Adinath Krishna Prabhu. Now there's so many games that people play with balls. And I came up with so far about 30 games that people play with balls. They're just wasting time. Of course, the main ones are like cricket, and football, and soccer. These are the main ones, but there's so many. When I was a kid, we used to, it was a big thing. We used to play marbles. You guys ever play marbles? Yeah. I was pretty good at that too. I was the number one marble player in the area there. So I became a little detached. I renounced my marbles. I threw my marbles out the window. And all the kids came and they were gathering the marbles. I renounced my marbles. But there's so many ways people waste time. Now, mainly, people wasted their time on internet and Facebook and all these things. Just horrible waste of time. So to not do that which we would normally do. Just like all of us, we used to do things. We all used to watch movies. But what a waste of time. We don't watch movies anymore, except for that one. We want to watch that Stringy movie. I think we're waiting for it to go on Netflix. they tried to find if it's playing in any theaters. It's not playing in theaters now. It's already gone. So I think we're waiting for Netflix to go on there. So it's okay to watch movies that are Christian conscious. I think there's one movie called Brother, Sun, Sister, Moon about Saint Francis. Very nice. And also there's a nice movie about Jesus Christ. Jesus of Nazareth, also very, very, very God conscious. We have so many movies about Lord Ram, Krishna. So that's all right. That helps us to do. And then we do things that we would normally not do for Krishna. Just like we get up early in the morning. Now, normally we wouldn't do that. Like who in this room used to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, or 3:30 or 1:30 before we joined? Nobody, nobody. This is when we used to go to sleep, some of us, right? Or, some people have a very hard time chanting japa 2 hours. In the beginning, it's not that hard, but then year after year after year after year after decade after decade, we do it for Krishna. It's good. So many things that we do to please Krishna. Prabhupada said this is Krishna consciousness. To accept things favorable. This is devotional service. Accepting things favorable. Just like there's these 5 things that are very favorable. Sadhu Sangha, very favorable. Just like last night we went to San Francisco, wild San Francisco. We went there to hear from BYS. It was very nice. Yeah. So to associate with devotees is most important. Therefore, it's the first one, Sadhu Sangha. Sadhu Sangha. It's very important. As we're as human beings, we associate with others. So we have to carefully choose who we associate with. It's like we're on book distribution, and we give association. We don't accept. We don't start talking all kinds of nonsense. Waste time. So we give association, and then we accept association. There's 4 different ways to associate. Or those who are advanced, we associate with them and try to serve them. Those who are similar to us, then we create friendship. And those who are just coming to Krishna consciousness, we try to help them, give some guidance to new people. And then there's another type of person that's not interested at all. So what do those? We avoid them. Yeah. We give them a book if they want, but no, they don't want a book. One time a devotee said, Prabhupada, the people that are throwing our books away, not ready for the mercy. And Prabhupada said, what do you expect? They're throwing their babies. They're killing their babies. Like unheard of. Only in Kali Yuga. Yeah, that's the thing we've done. Just like Queen, was it Uttara? This Ashvatam. He threw that weapon to kill Parikshit. And what did she say? Krishna, I don't mind. Kill this body, but save my baby. Save my baby. Yeah. Higher consciousness there. I don't mind if I... Actually, I remember reading there was a lady that the doctor said, both of you can't die. I mean, both of you can't live. One of you is going to die. Special circumstance for somebody. If you have the baby's going to live. Okay, but you're going to die. Or you can kill the baby and you could live. So which do you want to do? That's a big test there. You'll live, your baby dies. Your baby lives, you die. Which do you want? She said, kill me. Amazing. The baby lived. There's some little integrity. Integrity is still there. Although it's Kali Yuga. So, accepting things favorable, rejecting things unfavorable. So many things we have to reject. This is Maya's kingdom. So much Maya. So much Maya. Too much Maya. Too much Maya. So we have to reject so much. Accepting things favorable, rejecting things unfavorable. Anukuyasasnakar, pratikuyas, raksisititi. And Krishna, accept Krishna as our protector. He'll protect us. Even it's mentioned in the Bhagavatam that a devotee has so much faith that he'll run, eyes closed, and have faith that he won't trip or fall. And you ever done that? I was running one time and I did it, but I only did it for about 3 steps. To run, just run, eyes closed, have faith, no problem. So, Krishna will protect us. He's protecting so many. But what do we want protection from? Maya. And pray for protection from Maya. Maya is so powerful. Even great sages, great yogis have become enamored by Maya. So we want protection from Maya, protection from illusion. Nirmana moha jitasanga dosha adhyatma nitya vidivitikam dvandvara mukta sukatuka sangha gachanti mukta. When it was free, nirmana moha, from false ego, that's a tough one. False ego. This false identity, this illusion. This is the big illusion in the material world. People are thinking I'm American or Chinese or Russian or Indian or Spanish or this is the big illusion. So the reality is we're very small souls stuck in a material body. Like imagine a bunch of scientists, they build a robot, AI, big robot, okay? And in the robot there's an elevator. And the scientists, they go in the elevator and they go up in the big body, 50 feet high, let's say. And they go in the region of the heart. And there's, in that region of the heart, there's control panels there. One can lift the arm, okay. Walk, run. It's a little control panel there. Eat, sleep. So that's what we are. We're souls in these bodies. Actually, for the soul, these bodies are big. Because how big are we? We're very small. So there's a control panel in there in the heart, and we're choosing what to do. To go here, and go there, do this, do that. So we're choosing. So we have to be careful about what we choose. Otherwise, the false ego continues. The Bhagavatam says that as one continues hearing and chanting, the false ego dissolves to non-existent. Won't that be nice? And all that exists is the real ego. The ego means identity. So we're trying to revive our real identity and be free of this false ego, nirmana moha, jita sangha dosha. There it is again. Jita sangha dosha. Giving up bad association, accepting good association. Nirmana moha, jita sangha dosha. If we associate with devotees, then that association rubs off. It's like so many devotees, Prabhupada disciples, have told me that by the association of Vaiseshika Prabhu, their life has come back. Their spiritual life has come back. It's a powerful association. Yeah. So why? Because he's absorbed. Last night he was giving class. He said he reads 5 hours a day. I was like, okay, well that's why so much Shakti is there. You know? He's connected, you know. And therefore he has all these ways that you can read Prabhupada's books. You know, if you read Bhagavad Gita, what is it, 5 pages a day or something? You know, he's got it all figured out. You know, if you read this much, you know, for this amount of time, you know, it's amazing. So yeah, association is so important. And if we associate with people that are not strong in Krishna consciousness, then they can bring us down. Yeah, so it's very important. And Prabhupada, he was so pure that so many people, thousands of people, and still people who are reading Prabhupada's books, they're getting his association and they're getting purified. He reads in Zil who say that Vaishnavas die while still living in sound. The Vaishnavas die to live, and living spread the holy name around. So this is the blessing of a devotee, that they leave instructions. This is the blessing of Krishna. Also leaves instructions, divine instructions. Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, to help us. Krishna, he's feeling some pain, believe it or not, because so many of his parts and parcels are in this material world suffering. Just like a father may have some son, just like we're having this incident recently with Ananda Swarup Prabhu, and his parents are here. It's very painful. He's going through this difficulty. So Krishna is the father of all living entities. And how many are there in the material world? There's a lot, practically unlimited. So it gives pain. So he comes, just like Ananda Swarupa's father came. Yeah. But Krishna comes to help us. And he gives us the Bhagavad Gita. He gives us the Srimad Bhagavatam. He sends us devotees. So many ways he tries to help us. But who's interested? Very few. Very few people are interested in being enlightened in spiritual life. Nirmala moha jitasang adhyatma nitya, who understands the eternal. Adhyatma nitya. It's not easy to understand that we're the eternal soul, because we've been in these material bodies for a long time, too long. And right from the beginning, when we're born, coochie coochie coo. Such a beautiful baby. So beautiful. They're all beautiful. Believe it or not. You're gonna find this hard to believe, but there's a saying in America: God made the babies beautiful so you don't kill them. Because sometimes they cry and they cry and they cry. It's not unusual. It's not unusual for them to cry like 7-8 hours. And there's one instance I remember reading. the father was there with the child. The mother was not there, and the child just kept crying. And the father was becoming quite impatient. Started shouting, like, "Shut up!" So they could really scream. Prabhupada said that a man after the age of 40 can't tolerate the cry of a child. You become intolerant more as you get older. So this man was shouting at the child, "Shut up!" When he probably started crying louder, because the guy's shouting at him. Finally, he just picked up the child and threw it against the wall, killed it. Yeah, intolerance. Yeah. Of course, he went to prison for many, many years for that. So, how did I get on that one? Nirvana moha jita sangadosh adhyatma nitya vinivritta kama. Now it gets more difficult. Getting free of lust. Our old enemy, Prabhupada said, our old enemy, Mr. Lust. People think that's the friend. No. Tasmat tvang. Therefore, from the very beginning, curb this great symbol of sin, lust, by regulating the senses. Tasmat tvang niyamya bharti pratmana bharti. And it's a destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. This lust is a destroyer. We're trying to gain knowledge and self-realization, but lust is a destroyer of knowledge and self-realization. So we want to avoid that. Like the plague, it's a disease. Actually, it's the main disease in the world. So, and the only way that we can get free of this poison is that we have to become very attached to Krishna. We have to hear, as is stated here, we have to hear the narrations of Krishna because they are purifying. To hear about Krishna, just to hear about Krishna is purifying. And this is what we want. We want to be in our natural, purified state. We don't want to be dirty anymore. Who likes to be dirty? I think I was distributing books at Stanford a couple of days ago, and it started raining. It was pouring down rain, and you guys didn't even get a drop here. It's like it was pouring down rain. It's amazing. So and I was under a tree. So the trees, they don't get much rain. You don't get much rain around here. So there's a lot of dust in the trees. So the rain was coming down with the dirt on my table. And fortunately, I brought some plastic. So I covered the books with plastic. But it was coming down on me. It was a downpour of dirt and water. So we don't like to be dirty. Prabhupada said that the Brahmana 3 times a day. Yeah, so very clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Actually, Prabhupada said it is godliness to be clean. So we want to be clean externally, but the most difficult is to be clean internally. That's the big challenge, getting free of this lust. Just like there's iron. If you have some magnet, the magnet is attracted to the iron naturally. Yeah. But if some rust gets on the iron, if a lot of rust gets on the iron, then eventually there's no attraction. The magnet and the iron, no attraction, right? Because it's covered. So that's our situation. We're covered now. So there's a little attraction. We're here, so there's some attraction to Krishna. But when we become completely free of contamination, then there'll be complete attraction. There'll be intense attraction to Krishna when we're completely cleansed of contamination. Iti sudaskam nam kalis kanas nasma. And if one wants to be completely free of the contamination of this age and counteract all the sins of this age, there is no alternative than to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is the formula for being completely purified of contamination. So what we're doing when we're chanting and hearing about Krishna is we're scraping off this rusty lust. Just like if you scrape off the rust from the iron, then eventually the magnet is attracted again, right? So when we become free of all this contamination, again, we'll be attracted to Krishna. And that is the perfection of life. Nirmala moha jita sangha dosha adhyatma nitya viniriktaka. Dvandver vimukta, who is free of the dualities. Dvandver vimukta sukha dukkha, the duality of happiness and distress, heat and cold, honor and dishonor. Take that nice verse. One who is free of the duality that arises from doubt, whose mind is always engaged within, who's always busy acting for the welfare of others, and who is free of sin. Such a person is understood to be already liberated. So there's so much duality in this world, but when we become very advanced, we'll see that whatever comes before us, it's good. That's a very advanced level. Whatever happens, it's good. One might say, well, come on, cancer? Cancer is good? Actually, so many devotees, they were dying of cancer. Like, what's his name? Bhakti Tirtha Swami. He said, it can't get better than this. Painful, it's so painful. And other devotees, because they take complete shelter of Krishna. So it turns out to be good. And that's what we want, just complete absorption in Krishna. Happiness and distress, heat and cold. It's like water, we take a shower. Like here, now it's summertime. And sometimes it's so hot, you like to take a cold shower and it feels good, right? But in the wintertime, whoa, it's a whole other thing. Now it's the same water, this is water, but at a different temperature. It brings happiness or distress. So heat and cold, honor and dishonor. Just like if we're honored, then it's so pleasing. So pleasing. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's hear some more. Yeah. Raghunath Das Goswami, if someone would honor him, he would run away. And if someone criticized him, yeah, good point. Yeah, that's a good one too. More. If someone criticizes us, yeah, nonsense anyway. We'll see. If someone praises, someone has understood. Yeah. Very good. So honor and dishonor, fame and infamy. Sometimes people, they want to become famous. But who is the most famous? Krishna. And the devotees of Krishna. It's like now we're hearing about Parikshit Maharaj 5,000 years ago. So many devotees, millions of years ago they lived. Ambarish Maharaj, famous. because they were great devotees. The devotee doesn't want to be. He doesn't want to be famous. There's one devotee, I forgot his name. Krishnadas Kaviraj was getting ready to write, and he was asking for blessings from devotees. And one devotee said, "Yes, you have my blessing, but don't put my name in the book. You have my blessing, but don't put my name. I don't want my name." Humility. So Prabhupada says in the purport that the highest level of humility that one will find is that which is in the pure devotee. Because they're pure. They understand, I'm just a little soul. I'm part and parcel of the Supreme Soul, Krishna. I'm nothing. Who am I? Janadapi Sunichana. If we're thinking that we're very small, then who could offend us? I'm nothing. Who could offend me? I'm a nobody. But if we're thinking we're big, we get offended really easy. Doesn't he know who I am? Isn't it? So therefore, the more we hear, that's why Vaiseshika Maharaj is so humble. He's hearing about the greatness of Krishna. He's chanting, he's just absorb. Keep the transcendental vibration going, just absorb Krishna. Then that keeps, we keep awareness of, I'm small, Krishna's great. So we want to hear more and more and more of this. This will help us to become humble. Nimana moha jita sangha dosha adhyatma nitya vinirvitika dvandvara mukta sukhatukata gacchanti mudha paramabhya. And who knows the science of God. Not easy to know the science of God. Such a person is liberated and goes back home. So many people, they speculate about God. But Krishna, he's telling himself. Bhagavad Gita, he's telling, this is how I am. So who's better at telling who they are than themselves? Right? So much speculation. But here Krishna, he's telling, this is what I'm like. It's like, who can tell better about Adinath Krishna than himself? People can speculate, but he knows himself better. Well, Krishna knows him better than him. But other than Krishna, he knows himself better than anybody else. But people speculate. And therefore, Bhagavad Gita as it is, here's the Sanskrit for as it is in this. Asangvrita artha means as it is. Bhagavad Gita as it is, not as it isn't. So we're fortunate. We got the real McCoy, they say in America, the real McCoy. The real Bhagavad Gita, not the false Bhagavad Gita. So, thank you very much. Any question or comment? Correction? Yes.
Prabhu, I like the analogy of lust compared to the rust on iron. So I read in Bhagavad Gita that lust is residing in senses, mind and intellect.
Yeah.
But consciousness is always pure. So when we are scraping off the rust from the
Well,
iron,
it's not always pure. It's impure.
so I mean, soul never comes in touch with the material world, right? If mind is
But because we're identifying
yes.
with the material nature, therefore we becomes dirty. As he probably gives the example, just like the rain. Distilled water, pure distilled water, then it comes down into the ground, into the trees. It gets all dirty. So we're pure, but we've come in contact with material nature, so we become contaminated, dirty. But this process cleanses the soul contamination. Nice verse. One must be free of all the contamination of this age and counteract all the sins. There's no alternative than to chant Hare Krishna. This is the way to get free of all this contamination. Yeah. Well, the example is given there also of the lotus. That the lotus, actually put the lotus in water. The lotus flower doesn't touch water. You know that? Or if you put a drop, you have a lotus, you put a drop, and it just slides right up. You have a little firmament there or something. So, for the pure devotee, yeah, he is not affected by the material nature. So that's what we're trying to do. So we're not affected. The Maya comes, and like Prabhupada said, an amazing thing. Prabhupada said, I think there was an interview or something. He said, and the interviewer said, "So what's the difference between you and me?" Something like. And Prabhupada said, "I could be in a room with 100 naked women, and my consciousness will not be affected." Actually, he said, "Beautiful women." See, there's beautiful women. There's not so attractive. So the person said, "Whoa, okay, that's a big difference." That's a big difference. Why? Because he sees. It's like this knot in the heart. Bhagavatam says there's this knot in the heart. Vidyate hariganti. There's this knot in the heart. So Prabhupada was speaking about this, and he said, for a devotee, the knot is untied. And everything is very clear. This is matter, this is spirit. And very clear. He knows what is matter, what is spirit. Maybe a very beautiful naked woman, but it's just matter. It's just blood and stool and bones, and it's just dead matter. And there's the soul. So he 100%. There's no knot. There's no knot. So this knot has to be untied. Actually, this verse says it. What is it? It completely it destroys. Yeah, Vidyate. What does it say? How does it say it though? What's the translation? Not unties, but
is some shit.
Yeah, but what's the translation? What's the word?
Thus the non-heart is pierced.
Pierced. Yeah, but it's the knot is completely not smashed, but destroyed. The knot is, there's a word, I forgot the word. What's the word? Okay, here it is. Knot in the heart is pierced, and all misgivings are cut to pieces. All misgivings are cut to pieces. The chain of fruitive action is terminated. One sees itself as master. Thus the knot in the heart is pierced. And all misgivings are cut to pieces. There it is, cut to pieces. Not untied, cut to pieces. Just finished. So Prabhupada gives that example also. Untied, or here's cut to pieces. No knot, no more knot, no more illusion that we're this matter, this material body. Wouldn't that be nice? Complete realization, 100% realization. I'm the soul. This body is dead. It'd be a nice level to come to. Okay, anything else from our internet friends? Okay, thank you.